Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. Just the other day, we talked about some of the elite quarterbacks within the ACC, how strong of a conference that was when it came to quarterback play. But how many of those quarterbacks find themselves in the top 10? Not just the top 10 in the conference, top 10 in the country. How many of those ACC quarterbacks will be considered one of the best quarterbacks in the entire nation? That's what we're here to talk about today as we rank our top 10 quarterbacks entering this year's college football season, and some of the names on this list may surprise you. So again, welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. We're so glad you could join us today as we get closer and closer to the start of this season. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below. That includes our website, thegridironexpert.com, home to our weekly newsletters, home to our expert picks, which will be ramping up again very, very soon. All those things there to help you become a member of our GE Nation and things you do not want to miss out on, especially once the season starts. So go check it out. Again, the link down in the description below. So let's dive into this. A couple names that just missed the list. Not in the top 10, just missed out. A guy like Haynes King, who was in the ACC, does not make our top 10 list, but is a dang good quarterback. A guy like Luke Altmaier from Illinois, Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt, and Fernando Mendoza, the transfer quarterback from California to Indiana. All those players just on the outside looking in would certainly be in our top 20, but not in our top 10. But coming in at number 10 to kick off this list, we've got Sawyer Robertson over at Baylor. Do not sleep on Robertson and do not sleep on the Bears. This guy has a ridiculously strong arm, kind of busted onto the scene last year. No one really didn't think he would be the starter at Baylor at the beginning of the 2024 season, won that job over a Toledo transfer in DeQuan Finn, and then he shined. Over 3,000 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, just 8 interceptions, led Baylor to an 8-5 record, which was a major bounce-back year for them after a disappointing 2023. They won 6 straight games at one point in the season under Robertson's play, and he threw for over 440 yards in their bowl game against LSU, despite losing that game. The defense did him no favors. Robertson, though, lit up that LSU secondary, and the Bears could be a sneaky good team in the Big 12 this year. We'll have more on Baylor in the coming weeks. Coming in at number 9, DJ Lagway at Florida. This is a pick mostly based on potential, but how good this guy can be. We saw flashes of brilliance from Lagway in 2024. Threw for over 1,900 yards, 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, so not a good touchdown-to-interception ratio there, but he was a guy that wasn't the starter to begin the year, was played sparingly here and there, won the job, got hurt, came back. It's a weird season for Florida, weird season for Lagway, but he shined in their bowl game against Tulane, where he threw for over 300 yards, and they dismantled Tulane in that game, by the way. Now, this is a full year under his belt, full offseason under his belt, knowing he's going to be the starter in Gainesville, and what could be a big year for Billy Napier's Gators. He's got to work on his accuracy, got to work clearly on his decision-making, but there's a lot of talent there that makes me believe he can be, and in my eyes, is one of the best quarterbacks in the country as we head into 2025. In at number 8, another SEC quarterback, or at least former SEC quarterback, Carson Beck, the first ACC quarterback we have on the list right now, plays at Miami, transfers from Georgia, goes to Miami, and, some people might have him higher. Some people might not even have him in the top 10. A lot of mixed reviews around Carson Beck. But this is still a guy that in back-to-back seasons at Georgia threw for over 3,400 yards, at least 3,400 yards in back-to-back seasons, 52 touchdowns, just 18 interceptions, has a cannon for an arm. I think he continued to work on his accuracy. I think he continued to work on his decision-making, but he's a great fit for this Miami program that's looking to remain relevant and remain a contender like they were last year before faltering down the stretch. So I think he's a good fit down in Miami. Georgia, unfortunately, may be sad to see him go, may be happy to see him go. Depends on who you talk to, but regardless, still a very, in my opinion, elite quarterback that can keep Miami in the hunt for the ACC title and maybe a playoff spot as well. Number 7. Maybe low for some, Sam Levit from Arizona State, a former playoff team from last year. Levit's going to now engineer an Arizona State offense that does not have Cam Skattebo. He was the workhorse. He was phenomenal with the Sun Devils last year, the do-it-all player. Now it's pretty much Sam Levit's time to shine, and I think he's going to do just fine. He threw for over 2,800 yards last year, 24 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions, also rushed for a little over 440 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. So he's a quarterback that we saw last year, made really good decisions, is a fairly accurate quarterback. He's mobile, and I think he has an opportunity to be even better this year. Solid wide receiver core. Last year entering the year, we didn't know what to expect out of Arizona State as a whole, certainly not the quarterback position. Now we do know, and the Sun Devils, for many, are the preseason favorite to win the Big 12 again, and rightfully so. So Arizona State's got a lot of talent. surrounding Sam Levit, I think his numbers can be even better this year. And from what I saw, especially down the stretch, especially even in that playoff game against Texas, just the poise and the composure and the talent that Levit possesses makes me believe this could be a team that sees a return trip to that 12-team playoff. So love Levit. Have him in at number 7, though. In at number 6, Lenoris Sellers from South Carolina, a guy who many believe could be a Heisman contender in 2025. Some people have even compared Sellers to Cam Newton, considering his size and his frame and just his overall skill set. He threw for over 2,500 yards last year with the Gamecocks, 18 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, rushed for nearly 700 yards and 7 more touchdowns. And if you go back and watch, Sellers had just continuous highlight reel moments, right? Like his ridiculous touchdown run against Clemson in the regular season finale. Or how about the game against Missouri, where he went 21 of 30 for over 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. This is a guy that can clearly do it all and has people believing that maybe South Carolina can be a playoff team. They were very close to being one last year under Sellers' play. Maybe he can get them there this year in 2025. But to me, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, if he can stay healthy and if he can continue to work on his accuracy. And that's something that I do believe we'll see very early on. So that's the back half of the top 10. We go into the top half, 1 through 5. We're starting at number 5. Give me another SEC quarterback, but it's another transfer. John Mateer, now playing at Oklahoma. If you don't know this guy's name, you will know it probably by week 2 after Oklahoma plays Michigan, because I think he's going to shine in that game. Not saying Oklahoma's going to win. We'll predict it later, but you'll see him on the national stage, and he will shine. At Washington State, where he transferred from, he threw for over 3,100 yards, 29 touchdowns, and just 7 interceptions last year. He also rushed for over 800 yards and 15 touchdowns. So 44 total touchdowns from John Mateer last year with the Cougars. Now he transfers to Oklahoma alongside his offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, who left Washington State for the same position with the Sooners. He is a dangerous, dangerous runner, got a great frame, got a great speed. Again, kind of like the other quarterbacks we mentioned, if he can improve his decision-making, maybe not trying to be the hero, not play hero ball where you're running around the pocket and launching it and hoping someone catches it, making better decisions, especially when he runs outside the pocket, I think he can be even better. I think he can be even better if he cleans that up. But to me, is a top 5 quarterback. He is a dangerous quarterback, going to be so tough to stop for these opposing SEC defenses. And the Sooners are going to be a team that really struggled last year, but could take a big step forward in 2025. And at number 4, another SEC quarterback, Arch Manning from Texas. Now, maybe this is a shock to some. A list that you see out there have Manning at number 1. Some have him at number 2. I'm not there yet. Look, Arch Manning is phenomenal. He is a fantastic quarterback. We do not have a large enough sample size from Arch Manning to justify putting him at number 1, to put him at number 2, to me, not even putting him at number 3. Top 5, yes, but not much higher than that. He only really played in 2 games last year. Played a lot of minutes against Louisiana Monroe, played against Mississippi State. In those 2 games, he went 41 of 60 for 583 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Overall on the season, a little over 900 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. We saw him come in for some design run packages. When he did play, we did see some flashes of brilliance to make me believe that he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback this year. You got the Manning name, you got to be good. He is going to be. But to put him up at number 1 or 2 or 3, not quite there yet. Need to see more out of them, and we'll get a great opportunity to see what Manning is made of, especially as the full-time starter in week 1 when Texas takes on Ohio State in what will be the best game, or maybe the most highly anticipated game of week 1. Great way to kick off the season. Great way to see what all the Arch Manning hype is about. And at number 3, Drew Aller out of Penn State. He had his best season yet last year. Best season yet with the Nittany Lions when he finally had a good offensive coordinator in Andy Kotelnicki, right? Completed over 66% of his passes, over 3,300 yards, 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, so a 3-to-1 touchdown-to-interception ratio. Also rushed for over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns. And he did all of that, we should add, without wide receivers, right? Tyler Warren was his security blanket, his 1,100 plus reception yard tight end. He didn't really have any true wide receiver threats. Well, Penn State's got that now. So Drew Aller played phenomenal ball, took good care of the football, made good decisions for the most part. His game against Notre Dame in their final game of the year was not all that great, but besides the point, he's got weapons now. He's a smart quarterback. He's got a great frame. Another year under Kotelnicki's leadership. I think Penn State is a team that can make a run to a national championship, not just a playoff again. And a major reason for that is going to be the play of Drew Aller and the weapons they have provided him with. He didn't have many last year. He's got them now, and that's a major reason why I've got him in my top 3 quarterbacks heading in to this season. So all that being said, we've down to 2. Who's number 1? Who's number 2? We'll go in, descending order again. We'll start at number 2. It's Garrett Nusmire. Garrett Nusmire out of LSU. He is a phenomenal quarterback. First year as a full-time starter at LSU, threw for over 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, just 12 interceptions, completed over 64% of his passes. He's got an absolute cannon of an arm. He does, as the case with many of these quarterbacks, needs to take a little bit better care of the football, maybe make better decisions, but this is a year where many are hoping LSU can finally break through, get to that 12-team playoff, and a major reason why they do or don't do that is going to be the play of Garrett Nusmire, maybe the play of their defense too, but Garrett Nusmire, a major reason why, and I think he can get them there. I love Nusmire, love what I've seen out of him from last year. I think he's only going to be better in 2025, but not better than Cade Clubnick, who he will face in week 1 at Clemson. LSU at Clemson, maybe the second most anticipated game of week 1, only behind Ohio State and Texas. But Clubnick earns the top spot, our number 1 quarterback heading into this next season. He finally broke out last year with the Tigers, right? 2023 wasn't all that great of a year, didn't play the way we thought he would, but 2024, he absolutely did. Threw for over 3,600 yards, 36 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions, rushed for nearly 500 yards and 7 touchdowns. He finally lived up to the hype. He will do so again, helped lead Clemson to an ACC title, got them to the college football playoff as the 12 seed. They will not be that low of a seed this year. They are my favorite to win the ACC. They are, in my opinion, a national title favorite, should be considered as such. And a major reason why is the leadership, the dual threat capability, the accuracy, the great decision making, the pure athleticism of Cade Clubnick. It's going to be a fantastic season for him, a fantastic season for Clemson, and again, a fantastic year for us. Getting to open the year, watching Clubnick and Nusmire, my number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks entering the season, facing off in week 1. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Leave your list. Leave your top 10 list down in the comments below. Did we rank someone too high, rank someone too low? Did we leave someone off of this list? We want to hear from you. The debate will continue to rage on all year long. That's the fun of this channel. That's the fun of lists like this. But by the time August rolls around, it'll be put up or shut up time for all 10 of these quarterbacks to see if they truly are worthy of this hype or if they will fall just short. So once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure you continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Check out everything down in the description below. That includes our website, thegridironexpert.com, home to those expert picks, home to our weekly newsletters, home to tons of exclusive content to help you get through this offseason. We want you to check it out. Become a member of our GE Nation. And once again, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.